Alright guys, welcome back. We have completed Onderon and mek-sha, and now we are about to begin the final leg of the Onslaught storyline. Let's head to the Telos, which, if I'm not mistaken, is one of those ships on the fleet. I think it's the one where the little Yoda guy, I want to say Master Vandar, but I think that's the one from KOTOR. But whatever his name was, I think that was like his ship where you got all the a lot of the flashpoints from, actually. Back in the early days of SWTOR, in the original story missions.
Commander, welcome. Let's get started right away.
Of course. I'm sure time isn't on our side.
It so rarely is. Galena Rans. I'm the Supreme Chancellor of the Republic. But don't hold that against me.
Oh, I guess I haven't met her yet. Uh, it's been hard to keep up with all the different chancellors we've had. I thought, no, okay, so the guy from the original trailer, Jace Malcolm, he's I think the Supreme Commander. Yeah, there was a guy with the beard for a while. Now, was he before the Twi'lek or after? I feel like he was after, but anyway, nice to meet you. Very simply dressed for a Supreme Chancellor.
It's an honor to meet you, Chancellor.
Honor's all mine. Hadn't gotten to come to a briefing like this since my time in the 439th Bomber Wing.
This is Fleet Admiral Newman. He'll be commanding the naval aspects of Corellia's defense.
A challenge, to be sure, but thanks to the reinforcements we've received, one that we can overcome.
All right then. How do we defend Corellia? How do we save the Meridian Complex shipyard?
The captured Dark Counselor, Darth Savick, revealed much about the enemy fleet's capabilities. But she didn't know their attack plan. I've positioned our ships for maximum flexibility. Rapid reaction is our best hope.
How can the Alliance fleet help with the battle?
I'd like to keep them hidden on the far side of the planet Talos. Once we've seen the Empire's strategy, they can hyper-jump in wherever they'll be most effective. Savick has also revealed that the Imperial Armada will include a group of dreadnoughts equipped with Isotope 5 generators, and another with silencer superweapons.
Meaning?
The Isotope 5 ships will be much faster than standard, with far stronger shields. The silencers can destroy capital ships in a single shot.
That seems a little overpowered. Death Star technology, basically. And I like they bring back Isotope 5 from the old McKeb storyline. I was also thinking, too, one thing I really do like about the storyline is how many characters they brought in, all of which feel like interesting and memorable. And even though they've only been on the screen a short amount of time, they each have very distinct personalities. So I do applaud them for that. We'll see how memorable they are years from now, but it is nice to have interesting characters in the storyline.
What do we have that can go up against weapons like those?
We had hoped Admiral Revol's null cannons would be available in time, but the prototypes are still too unstable to deploy.
All right, that's everything in orbit. How about planet side?
Anti-aircraft turrets and defensive shielding are already in place. So long as they remain operational, the facility will be safe from aerial attack.
And our ground forces?
We've deployed as many soldiers as possible to the Meridian complex, but it was built as a shipyard, not a fortress. We can only station so many troops in the facility before we end up leaving them exposed. So, the rest are positioned as close by as possible.
I've gathered as many Jedi as I could to join the defense, including volunteers from Corellia's Green Jedi. But there are still too few to repel a significant Sith contingent. Commander, we'd like you and your Alliance forces to join the ground defense group and help tip the odds in our favor.
All right. I kind of like that the conclusion to this is not on a new planet, but back on a old, memorable planet.
Do we know anything about the Empire's ground forces? Will Malgus be leading them?
That's a safe bet, but we know little else, unfortunately. Savick wasn't involved in that aspect of the plan either.
Sounds like everyone knows their job. The Republic's counting on you, friends. If we're gonna put up a decent fight going forward, we need that shipyard. Make us all proud.
Safe travels. Newman out.
We'll make our way to Corellia in my personal ship. There should be just enough time to cook up a nice rishkate and a pot of Gatalenton before we arrive.
Tau informed me of Arn's difficulties on mek-sha. I want to thank you for keeping her involved as you did. Arn acted rashly, but thanks to you, Master and student have been brought closer together as a result. Recognizing when help is needed can be very important, but recognizing who should be giving that help, that can be even more important.
Tao is doing well with Arn. They're both great Jedi.
I'm glad we agree. Now then, enough talk. We have a battle to win, don't we? Not to mention, I was in a Bacta tank the last time Daerun brewed this tea of his. I want to see what all the fuss is about.
I really hope we all live to share a tea together.
But you must admit, it's hardly the Sith approach.
I've grown far stronger working beside him than I ever could have become through treachery.
Intriguing. I suppose the Sith Code never specifically calls for the usurpation of the Master by the apprentice. Merely the pursuit of greater power.
Precisely. It's only natural that the strongest should lead, but the goal should be strength, not necessarily leadership. If one is truly strong, leadership comes inevitably.
A unique point of view among the Sith.
Perhaps that's why we aren't among the Sith now.
I like they threw in a bit of philosophy there, but I'm not sure most Sith would agree with that.
Passing the time with a bit of philosophical discussion?
Yes, quite enjoyably, in fact. I hope we can speak more later.
Exiting hyperspace in the Corellia system, now.
Groups 4 and 5, position Orc 9. 6, 7, and 8 staggered column behind them.
Daerun here. Report.
The enemy arrived ahead of schedule. They're split into 3 groups we've designated Hound, Raptor, and Swarm. Energy signatures tell us Hound group contains the Isotope 5 dreadnoughts. They're approaching our lines head-on at maximum speed. Following behind, Raptor group, vertical halo formation to maximize field of fire. The silencers, covering Hound group's approach. Swarm group contains the bulk of the attacking fleet. It dropped out of hyperspace on the far side of the planet, well out of weapons range. Objective, unknown.
Understood. How can we help?
Approaching the vector we're sending now to avoid Raptor group's targeting range. Then make for the surface.
Admiral, it's Swarm Group. The vessel opened fire.
Open fire on what? We're out of range.
They aren't firing on us. They're firing on the surface, the cities. Residential, manufacturing. It's totally indiscriminate.
We have to stop them. Thousands, even millions could die.
Redeploying any of our ships will weaken our defensive blockade significantly. There is the Alliance fleet, but we need them to trap the silencers.
Oh, tough call. Well, you could argue that destroying the silencers would also save lives, but I guess it's a few lives and military lives versus many, many more civilians, so it sucks. This is, I guess, the more militarily sound option, but this is the right thing to do.
Forget the plan. Those people need us. Admiral Ego, get to the far side of Corellia. Stop the Imperials any way you can.
Copy that. Moving out.
Moral characters making cameos.
What the? Reading multiple new targets. They must have been hidden by Hound's energy signatures.
They're going to beat us to the surface. All shuttles, prepare for launch.
Guess we're on one of those shuttles. I had a friend just message me the same question about the ladder. Guess I'm not the only one who couldn't figure it out.
A wave of Imperial dropships beat us to the surface. We're in for a fight.
Corellia has seen better days for sure. And will again, I hope.
Solid ground. Nice flying. Arn, are you ready?
Ready, Master.
We'll follow your lead.
Time to kick the Empire off Corellia for good.
Or at least for a while. Alright, here we go.
Report in. Everyone make it groundside.
Our team is all right. We've passed the outer defenses.
All clear in our sector. We're heading for a tram pylon nearby. Jorgen wants to set up a sniper perch.
Good here too. Taking a more subtle approach.
If I say it over the comm, it would kind of defeat the purpose.
It's just business as usual here.
Die, puny little imps! You cannot stand against the mighty Jakaro.
That's,
Run while you can.
Good to hear. Stay in contact. Out.
Oh, this is cool. See, I like this, the orbital bombardment. Hopefully they've put a lot of resources into this final stretch of the fight. Alright, so we need to make it across the battlefield here. Looks like Arn is my actual companion, even though Tao is also with us, or was. There she is. Here's some soldiers. Stay in cover. So it looks like the final stretch is in the new flashpoint. And we can either, I guess, do it solo or do it regular? Is that what that's saying? Hopefully they're not bombarding up here since their own men are here. Droids. I was thinking too when they were talking about talking more later. I really hope Master Dural survives this. I do kind of wonder, like, if Malgus is on the Imperial side, does that mean like Nostoral is his counterpart on the Republic? Like, is he the final boss for Imperial players, and it's going to die no matter what? I really hope not, since he's been around forever. I guess Malgus has too, but Malgus already died, so I feel like it's a little different there. I don't know why I'm moving, they're all ranged. Probably should attack the little guys first, too. Can't quite hit 3 at the same time. It's good to be dispersed. And I guess I shouldn't really say Imperial players, because if I recall correctly, you actually can decide to have the Alliance join either side, Republic or Imperial, no matter which faction your character was originally on. So I could be a Republic player in terms of like being a Jedi.
This battle, seeing it all in person, it's a lot to take in.
Don't let the chaos break your focus. The Force will guide you through it all, if you let it.
Focus. Focus.
Arn.
Thanks.
Speaking of focus, get off the elevator. Guess it's just me then, taking on these mercenary bruisers. Thankfully, they're pretty squishy. Alright. Well, there's Tao. These guys are probably easy XP, so let's go ahead and take them down. Very nice. Hey, an operative. Usually they're a lot harder to kill than this. Yeah, almost 1,000 renown points. Not bad. Wonder if this is like, again, the same part of Corellia we've been to before. Probably not, because you could like leave in the middle of the storyline and go back to the other parts. So I assume it's a different part of Corellia. Need to craft some of the new stims too. For now, I'll be using my reusable old one. Also, am I in the flashpoint or am I going to the flashpoint? I feel like I'm going to the flashpoint. I wonder if that's going actually to the Meridian shipyards. Whoa. Big boss. I was assuming the shipyards were in orbit, but it kind of sounds like they might actually be here on the planet based on what they were saying in the... Oh, I'm dropping things. Okay, maybe I should zoom out a bit more. based on what they were saying in the cutscenes. Alright, that was pretty cool.
We've spotted a large group of Imperial reinforcements. We're going to hold this position and try to head them off.
Do you need help?
We'll back her up. You keep moving.
Quite a team you've got. Should we help them?
We've handled a lot of crazy situations over the years. They'll be fine.
So there are health packs there if anybody needs
The main
them.
road is blocked off by Imperial bombing damage. You have to find another way around. Maps show Salonian tunnels nearby. They should bypass the wreckage.
Oh yes, Salonians. Almost forgot about those guys. So there's a quick travel point here, which makes me think we're actually not on, we're not in the flashpoint yet. Yeah, we're not in a phase, so that's another good indicator. Actually, okay, I'm in a flashpoint, I am in a phase. So, yep. I guess there are now quick travel points in a flashpoint. Alright. And I guess those walkers then were one of the bosses of a flashpoint. So that's nice. Kind of gives you an idea that there are going to be some interesting fights, or more interesting fights at least. Without going into any operation spoilers, what I've seen so far, I like. So I'm glad they spent some resources on that. And even story mode is pretty challenging if you're not like super well geared, which again I really like. Hey, it's a Salonian. In my first experience with Corellia, besides like hearing it referenced in the movies, at least I think they referenced it in the movies. Maybe it's Han's Homeworld. But it was the Corellian trilogy, which is a really good book series. Or at least I thought it was when I was probably, I don't know, maybe 12 when I read it, something like that. I was really into Star Wars books at the time. In fact, I could probably say that maybe like 30 or 40% of all the books I've ever read are Star Wars books. I was really into those growing up. The Young Jedi Knights and Junior Jedi Knights, and then when I got to be like a teenager, all of like the actual novels, the Zahn trilogy.
Salonian tunnels, we're being overrun.
Like the Sith Lord. And am I lagging? I feel like I'm lagging. Thought they were shocking each other. He has the high ground. Oh, I saw green. At least I thought I did. Just credits. I can think about what I want to buy with these 376 credits. Not much. Oh, casting some bad stuff. Oh, that was a waste of a blitz there. Oh. And another one. Alright, everybody doing okay? And I'll keep pressing on. Meant to stun the Sith Lord, but That'll do. Hurry, hurry. No dilly-dallying in war. Gonna try to sneak past these guys. Not gonna fight everybody here. If I wanted to do flashpoints for CXP or RXP, I guess, I would be running, I think, is it Red Reaper? I think it's Red Reaper for stealthers and Hammer Station for everybody else. It's the fastest way to grind, which I really hate. That shouldn't be how it is, but I think I've already been through that. Alright. Looks like another boss fight. Everybody bubbled up. Here we go.
Sector 8, requesting backup at my location.
I wonder if I should kill the ads first. Ah, especially grouped up. Let me kill the big ad.
Keep the target suppressed. I'm calling down air support on their location.
Oh, that is not how I meant to attack. Alright, he wasn't too bad.
Dreadnought is regrouped with the rest of the imps. Can anyone assist?
Leave them to us. Nando Ade, prepare for boarding.
Hey, Shavisla's here. Everybody's here. Good times. We definitely have a lot of characters in this game.
The monorail seems to be operational. Can take it up to the spire. We'll keep this area secure.
That's just what I do in a war zone, is not that kind of war zone, this kind of war zone, is ride the monorail. That seems very safe.
Darth Malgus has been spotted leading an attack group toward the control center. We have to hurry.
I know where I have to go. No disrespect to our other forces, but I feel like they probably wouldn't be a match for the Dark Lord. Alright, what am I doing here? Am I supposed to be going up on the tracks, or what? Nope. Can I even jump that high? Nope. Okay, so there's a tram button somewhere. I'm just missing it. Oh no, not the ladder again. It's behind me. I clicked on these, didn't I? It can't be it. Oh. It's like a little but okay. Like, why don't I just make the whole thing do it? Bioware's just messing with us now. Some more folks in combat over here.
We're doing our best to hold off the imps, but a few units have gotten past us. They were heading toward the auxiliary shield controls on the 30th floor.
I smell another boss fight coming on. Whoa. Those must be the Green Jedi, they are. Maybe Green Jedi are more of a Corellian thing. It does kind of sound familiar, but there's so much Star Wars lore these days, and I'm so rusty that it all blurs together after a while. This could be where we fight Malgus, but seems too early for that still. So I like that you can just knock jet troopers off the ledge. Like, shouldn't they just like use their jets and fly back up again? Maybe they don't have that much fuel in them. Alright, watch my back, guys. I could knock them off again, but they die pretty quickly.
Malgus has breached the control center, requesting immediate backup. Repeat, Malgus has... Ah!
Don't want to be that guy. Okay, so when he says control center, is that the maintenance control that I'm currently on? Oh, there was a bridge there. Didn't see that. This does remind me a little bit of the Starforge. That can only be a good thing, right? Guess I need to go that way. Aha. Gotta watch where you're standing. Be really interesting if some of them had knockbacks too.
All clear.
Especially the stealthers.
Looks that way. You saved me. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, there.
You. After all these years, you came to rescue me.
Theron? Is it really you?
Of course it's me. Who else would the Republic trust to build a state-of-the-art facility chock full of cutting-edge exotechnology?
Wait, his name's Theron too?
But if you didn't know I was here, then...
Different spelling.
You must be here to stop the Imperials, I suppose. Which is good too.
That's right, I forgot he was really into exotech. I mean, like I said, it's been 7+ years since I've done the story. Well, I guess I've done it since then, but since I did it the first time and really kind of played the whole thing. Oh yeah, Holiday, that's right.
I'm surprised Holiday isn't here. Is she safe?
Safer than all of us. She's far from here. Nothing to worry about.
Commander.
Tau, Arn.
We're all right, old man.
And this is?
Theron Cedrax, foremost authority on exotechnology and principal systems engineer of this once fine facility.
Where's Darth Malgus?
Ah, you'll be quite proud of me. I diverted him when I calculated that our physical security was insufficient. I rerouted all facility defense systems to a secondary control station near the top of the spire.
Okay.
Clever as always. Well done.
Now that you're here, this battle will undoubtedly turn in our favor. The Sith Lord, Malgus, he and the last of his troops set off up the elevators toward the secondary controls. You're not too late to stop them.
If you read me, you better hunker down. Some of the reinforcements got past us, and they are not in a great mood.
We can hold this level with our troops. You three, go on. Malgus must be stopped.
Come with us. We can fight him together.
No, seeing me alive will only fuel his rage even further. This is your fight, all three of you. Fight as one, and you can defeat him. May the Force be with you.
And also with you, Master Nostorol. I really hope he makes it. I could definitely see that being like the Imperial version of this, where like you have to defeat him to defend Malgus. Hopefully they don't like both die no matter which choice you choose. They said divergent paths, so I could definitely see like different cannons evolving. Here we go.
Malgus!
I hoped it would be you. I've been looking forward to this. And Towered Air. Didn't you bring that old fool with you? I'm told he survived our last encounter.
Not even you can win this one. Drop your weapon. It's over.
Is it?
Alert. Shield power decreasing. Shield system failure imminent.
Shall we die together?
You think we'd give up so easily?
I think I will kill you easily.
Think again.
So maybe the Dark Council member escapes for a future installment. But I do kind of hope he survives this one, and we get to face him again later on. Alright, team. Let's get my force back. And here we go. Final fight of Onslaught. Here's my best Onslaught. Oh, if I hit my adrenal at least. Force pull. Didn't do much. Oh, okay, so... Ooh, don't stand near the edges. Good to know.
You thought I was destroyed all those years ago. I will show you the true nature of destruction. None of you have the resolve, the strength to beat me.
Alright, what now? Oh, getting dark in here. Shade of Malgus. Also a shade of his health bar. Still have boss immunity though. Guess I could have just looked at that. There he is. I poppy cooldowns as if this play is actually like hard, but clearly it's not.
Your resistance is commendable, but futile.
Void of Despair. What's that gonna do? So again, I can't really, can't really do much against that.
Your end is near.
Ooh, Arn got the final blow. Good job, Arn.
I should have known it wasn't just a story. If anyone could destroy him, it was you. No matter. I will not fail. Your shipyard will crumble. Your republic will burn. I will not fail.
Shield system failure. Structural damage detected. Evacuation protocols in effect.
Note to self, don't use phase walk.
Shield power restored. Structural support units deployed. Fire suppression systems activated. External defensive systems restored. Targeting hostiles. Now.
All forces, our assault has failed. The shields cannot be penetrated.
What about Arn and Tal? Did they make it?
Point fresh. Now.
2 stars for Provost.
All ships, regroup at the Meridian complex. Secure any remaining enemy forces on the surface and prepare search and rescue teams for deployment. We've won the impossible battle, but the day isn't over until we've gotten everyone home safely. Get to it.
Alright, that was fun. Let's see who survived. I'm glad Malgus did, though. Like I said, this was cool, but I feel like there needs to be more build up before our real final confrontation with him. Like a lot more.
The conquering hero. You saved the day again. Well done.
It wasn't easy, but we pulled it off.
We're getting a mountain of good intel out of the captured soldiers and ship crews, not to mention data from the wreckage. Exciting times, but I won't keep you. Just wanted to pass on my congratulations. See you around.
I recognized him, but don't remember who he was. Or who he is. Somebody in the Alliance, I think.
Well, if it isn't one of my new favorite people.
Tau and Arn both escaped with only minor injuries.
Good.
They'll be along shortly.
You as well, I see.
All Corellia forces are still on alert, but it would seem Malgus has escaped us once again.
One miss in a day full of hits. We'll get him eventually. The production lines are firing back up in a matter of days. We'll get new ships to our frontline units in no time. The Empire committed a lot to this attack. They're going to be hurting for a while, and we'll be ready to press the advantage.
We've spent a lot of time with our backs to a wall. It'll be good to finally take the initiative.
Couldn't agree more. So what am I supposed to do with you? The hero of the Republic who's not in the Republic. At least not for some years now.
I believe there's a simple solution, Chancellor.
I agree. Consider this your formal invitation, Commander. Come back to us. Join the Republic. And bring all your friends and your planet with you.
Interesting choice. Hopefully they accommodate this in future storylines. I'm sure they will. This is a good question, though.
All of my people? You know that some of them were part of the Sith Empire.
I do. And if you were willing to give them a chance, then so am I. Odessan becomes a member world of the Republic, with a senator and everything. Every one of your people, even the ones with criminal charges or intelligence files with frowny faces on them, they all get clean records and citizenship if they want it. What's more, you'll be heading a new initiative we're cooking up. One I think you'll like. General?
Task Force Nova, a joint military and civilian effort to help the Jedi rebuild their order.
My research suggests that there are still countless Jedi scattered across the galaxy. We will find them, and we will build them a new home.
Well, sounds pretty good to me, and I think it's something that Aravail would be interested in for sure. But always with the good questions.
You're not planning to rebuild on Tython?
Tython will remain a stronghold of the Jedi, but we have been separated from the rest of the galaxy for too long.
Back to Coruscant,
Our
then?
new home should be found amongst the people of the Republic, not hidden away. Rebuilding the Jedi means rebuilding the Jedi High Council. I can think of no one I would rather welcome as this new council's first member. Your unique experiences and wisdom must be documented for future generations. A crucial task for the Master of Hidden Knowledge.
I'll be your liaison with the Republic military. We'll provide security, reconnaissance, and intelligence support.
That's quite an offer.
Of course, if you'd rather keep the Alliance as it is, that's fine too. You'll still be our top ally, and we'll still want your help with the task force. But the rest, the titles, the areas of responsibility, that's all a package deal for signing up. So, back to the Republic and the Jedi, or stick with the Alliance as is.
Well, Aravail was never much for titles, I don't think, but I think he'd definitely be in favor of rebuilding the Jedi. And I think, don't you become a council member like as part of the original consular storyline? So it makes sense that he would be on it again. Maybe even Satele will come back and join as well. We'll have to see.
I've been away from the Republic and the Jedi for too long. Count me in.
Welcome to the Galactic Republic. Now
Welcome
then,
back.
This is gonna take quite a bit of paperwork. Until next time.
Master.
Yeah, I'm glad, because I feel like Aravail never would have been really on board with the whole alliance thing. It was kind of like shoehorned in, so I'm glad that things are now a little more back to normal. It's good to have options, though.
I'm told I may need to invest in some brighter clothing. It'll take some time to redecorate Odessen to coincide with our new allegiance, but I'll have the process started as soon as possible. Fitting in with the Republic, with the Jedi, should be interesting. Nost Doral, at least, seems open-minded enough.
Told you he was all right.
Even so, I think I'll keep my more proactive methods to myself from this point on. Shall we stop by the cantina? I understand one of the generals is offering free drinks for anyone with an impressive Corellia story.
Maybe we can all share in that tea now.
After the action we saw, we'll bankrupt the poor guy.
Well, if he wasn't ready for the risks, he shouldn't have started the tab.
And who are they?
Hey.
Oh.
Need a minute of your time.
I know you.
By all means.
Well, if it isn't the improvised free-climbing champion of Corellia.
When he smashed the platform, I thought it was all over. I can't believe you managed to get back up there and fix the shields. You're everything they say you are.
And so was Malgus. We were lucky to survive it all. That wouldn't have happened if you hadn't been there. Thanks.
Hey, you guys got the killing blow. And couldn't agree more. We do make a good team.
The three of us are pretty hard to stop. We should work together more.
Count me in.
Before we go, there's something else we need to talk about. When Arn and I were buried in all of that wreckage, we didn't dig ourselves out. We had help.
From who?
From them.
Kira Carson, Jedi Knight.
Lord Scourge, not a Jedi Knight.
You attacked me on mek-sha.
And I gladly apologize. It was a necessary test.
A test that you passed.
What are you talking about?
The Emperor, Tenebrae, Vitiate, Valkorion, whatever his name. He was a part of you. We all felt his destruction, but he has always been a master of deceit. We had to be sure that he wasn't lingering in your mind, hidden, waiting to come out only in the most dire circumstances. Now, we are sure.
Ah, so Scourge was our attacker. Did not guess that.
If you were testing me, it must have been for a reason.
We believe you might be the only one who can help us.
We can't risk saying more here. Let's travel to your base on Odessen. It should be safe for us to talk there.
About what?
The final gruesome weapon of Tenebrae.
Interesting. I wonder if that's like more content we can do now, or is that a tease for the next update? Kinda hope it's the latter. All right. Credits. All right, cool. Well, I guess that's the end of the Onslaught storyline then. Overall, I enjoyed it. It was good. I wouldn't say it was great, and I wouldn't say it was bad either. It was good. It was kind of short and nothing too flashy, but personally, I'm okay with that because one, it's pretty much a free expansion. Like if it was one of like the Guild Wars 2 expansions that cost, I don't know, they cost $50 or something like that, then yeah, I would have been disappointed in that. But for an essentially free to subscriber expansion, I think that was a good amount of storyline, and I'm not, like I said before, I'm not really a story guy anyway, so that was just the right amount for me. And I'd rather they put the resources into war zones and operations and I guess flashpoints, but really the operations, which they seem to have. So overall, I'm happy with this update, and hopefully you all are too. So that's the end of the story, but I'm sure there'll be more story to come in the upcoming months. And in the meantime, there will be plenty of more war zones and operations, including the new operation. So be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the Force be with you.